Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Mustang Football right here. As we want to thank all our great friends, of course, Carlisle Schomburg at Smoky Mountain Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. And there's this guy named Jared Brown that does a really good job putting our show together. Unfortunately, I've been calling him Jared Boone. Jared, my apologies. I'll try to get it right from now on. But Coach, looking back to last week, I know number one, it's not fun traveling down I-26 to get to Brevard part of the way, and Brevard is a very, nothing against the Mustangs at all, but Brevard is a very talented football team.
Yeah, they are. They're as good as advertised, and we knew going into it, the challenge that we were going to face, and they're every bit as good as, and I think they're even better than you see them on film, and you obviously know they certainly stand out to you, and a lot of guys that they have on their team do, but then you see them in person, and then it's just a whole different story. But we felt like we got off to a good start. We had a 95-yard
Yeah.
drive and did some good things, but then we immediately kick off, and the ball happens to land in number four's hands, and then it was over from there. So, but they're good, and but we're going to try to learn from it. We did some things that certainly didn't help ourselves along the way, and we've just got to learn from that and improve from it. But no, all the credit to Brevard. They're very good.
Oh, no question, Coach. Looking back to some of those specifics you talked about, our Mustangs opened up with a really, really good drive, a long run down to Brevard territory. Then Riley Smith had another good run down to about the 6-yard line. Then Josiah Ash carried it in, and hey, we got out early to a 6-0 lead. And you're right. Then Brevard, number 4. 90-yard kickoff return. So, man, that's after you score and then give up a big play like that. That momentum really hurts, doesn't it?
It does, and like I said, we felt really good for a brief moment, but then ball landed in his hands, and he was able to return it for a touchdown. But again, I still thought in the first quarter we hung in there, and we battled them. And second half, or excuse me, the second quarter, I thought we did the same. But second half it got away from us a little bit, and we had some turnovers, and certainly didn't help the matter. But no, like I've said, they're a very good football team.
Thomas had a short run to put them up 20-6 after the PAT, and still a time. Then a big turnover. The Mustangs fumble the ball away, and against teams really hurt, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and it certainly didn't help us at all. And we didn't need to give them any type of help whatsoever, but we did a little bit, and we just had one too many turnovers, and we've got to get better at that.
Place, and Brevard had a big play to again Thompson win. I think about a 65-yard pass downfield, but the Mustangs came right back. Riley Smith again, a big run. Then about a 67, 68-yard touchdown for the Mustangs to hang in there and still make it a ball game.
Yeah, we did, and we felt going into it. We knew again what we did. We like to line up and run the football. We made a few changes offensively, and did things that we thought would certainly help us along the way. And thought our offensive line did a good job, and I thought Riley and our other running back Hunter Cole both ran the football for us really hard. And Riley finished the game with 225 yards rushing, I believe, and so he had a big night, and he had a lot of that in the first half. It's just but when you put the ball on the ground or you throw an interception, and those type of mistakes can really cost you, especially when you're facing a really, really good football team.
Yeah, as you mentioned, those turnovers hurt, especially it looked like in that second half. We had a pick that got away, then we had a fumble that got away, and I think they turned both those turnovers into points. And as you know, when you allow those turnovers to go to points, that seemed like that hurts even more, doesn't it?
It does. In the second quarter, I believe it was 28-12, but we had the ball inside the 20 again, and we were driving, and then we had a turnover down in there, and again, you just can't do those things. And like I said, Brevard's very good for a reason. They're well coached and have great players, and just a lot of talent. And you can't make those type of mistakes, especially when you're facing those type of teams.
Yeah, Coach, tough one on the road, but now the Mustangs get to come back home.
Yeah, look, it's going to be another tough one, and we'll certainly have our work cut out for us. And Pisgah was able. We've watched that film, and Pisgah did some really good things, especially running the football. So we're certainly looking at that, and again, we like what we do offensively, and so we think that'll at least give us a chance. But look, West is another tough team, and Coach Whitaker's been there for a long, long time, and had a lot of success, and they have a good running back themselves who also plays at linebacker for them. So. And then they've got a returning quarterback that's a really good athlete, throws the ball well. So they present a lot of challenges for you for defensively. So, but it'll be another tough one.
No kidding, Coach. You're right. Zay McCraw, they're running really good running back. Cade Young, a solid quarterback. So they balance it a lot more than, say, for example, we saw Pisgah do to West Henderson. So they present a pretty balanced offense for your defense, don't they?
They do, and we'll have to have a good plan defensively, and so we're watching a lot of film, and we're going to have to get some pressure to the quarterback, but at the same time, we're going to have to stay disciplined in the run game because, like I said, they have a really talented running back, and he's played a lot of football over there, and we played him last year, and he actually got hurt against us last year in the second half, but up until that point, he had a lot of success. So no, he's very talented, and we'll have to be very sound defensively.
No question, Coach. We've talked about this a little bit. West Henderson, more of a senior-dominated kind of a football team, a lot of experience, and so again, another learning experience for the young Mustangs against a wide-open kind of offense.
It is, and one good thing I think this week it's homecoming for us this week, so there's a lot of excitement around that, and I know our kids will be very excited, and at the same time, it can be a little bit of a distraction throughout the week because there's a lot of other things going on. But we want them to be teenagers, and we want them to enjoy that part of it. But at the same time, when it comes to getting ready and preparation, we have to be focused on what lies ahead, and that's a very good football team in West Henderson.
No doubt. Coach, I got to ask you this. This is kind of a funny scenario. I've seen it a couple of times this year. Sometimes football players at halftime come out on their escorts for some of these homecoming young ladies. Are you going to see any of that Friday night for any Mustangs?
No, we will not. I guess fortunately, but I will tell you, my time at East Gaston, I had a young man who started for us on defense. And he also played the trumpet in the band, and
Wow.
But we made it work, and he was very good at both, and so had a little bit of experience in that in the past. So, but no, I don't foresee any of that this Friday.
I got to tell you, I was at that homecoming when West played East, and Zane McCraw, the good running back we were talking about, was an escort, and it turned out good for him because he didn't know it, but he actually escorted the homecoming queen. So,
yeah.
So
it did turn out good for him. Yeah.
but kids really get into homecoming week, as you mentioned, with all those activities away from the football field. So we hope they get to enjoy some of that this week.
No, we do, and we want them to, and but like I said, we know when it's when it comes time that when we have them and it's time to watch some film and get in the weight room and then be on the practice field, we want them focused and getting ready for the game this Friday.
Yeah, and Coach, talking about that, I think you've had probably more luck than most. It seems like most of the Mustangs are pretty healthy, where some teams have had some tough injuries here and there.
We have. We've been very fortunate, and we've had some guys that have had to miss a game here in the last few weeks, but not very many. But we've also those guys that have missed. They're coming back now, and everybody's beaten up this time of the year as to be expected. And but we're very grateful that we have guys who take advantage of going and getting treatment, and so no, we've been very fortunate in that regard.
No doubt, Coach. Going to be a lot of blue in Carl Hooper Stadium this Friday night. The Mustangs and the Falcons of West Henderson, they sport a lot of blue, so I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. Going to be a lot of fun. But hey, it's always a tough football game, isn't it?
It is, and that's just to be expected now. And but I do think it'll be a really good atmosphere, and along that looks the weather's going to be beautiful this Friday, and I think it's really going to feel like fall football weather. So that'll be good, and no, we're just hoping to continue to have a good week of practice and come out and get a win this Friday.
Oh, no doubt. Coach, thanks for chatting. It's always fun to talk Mustang football. And hey, the season just keeps rolling along. This conference is tough. It's fun, but it's a lot of great football. So keep up the good work there.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks to Jared Brown doing a good job putting all this together for us on the technical end. And folks, join us next week. We'll talk more Mustang football right here.